I got into graph maybe when I was like 13 or 14. So I've always loved lettering, which is why I use it in tattooing now. I always like hand styles that come from like neighborhood tagging, but elevating that. And then graffiti is more like bending letter structures and I don't know, there's like peace and symmetries and then finding ways to distort it. There's colors involved and it's more artistic. But her just feels like it's more of a low-key name. But now it's actually kind of biting me in the ass because I get other girls like, I'm her. My name is Her. I'm from K2S and AD. I grew up in Vegas. I got into graph maybe when I was like 13 or 14. Before that, it was like a lot of neighborhood shit, a gang culture. Yeah, I found graffiti. I'm like, this is cool, you know? This is more my style. I'm not really cut out to be a gang member, you know? I actually got into it with my sister Rita, so we both got into it together at the same time, kind of leaving our neighborhood shit behind. There's definitely like people doing bad shit, whatever, G-rides, home invasion, all that shit. But definitely not as organized as like LA or, bigger cities with more of that culture.
How'd you get your name?
So I just picked it, like it's more of a low-key name. Originally, like back when I was in high school, they tried to give me the name Remix. I ran with that a little bit. But now it's actually kind of biting me in the ass because I get other girls like, I'm her. I'm like, oh, for sure, sick. I'm like, me too, you know? I used to get really mad about it when I was younger and be like, I'm the only her, fuck y'all. Oh, I've been on my pronoun shit. But now I'm just like, I've been doing it so long, I feel like they'll end up quitting. So for me with painting, I definitely started off more of like a tagger, just like killing a marker or whatever, and then eventually it evolves into bombing. And for a while I was only like, I'm only painting illegal shit, I'm only painting street shit, like I'm not doing no legal walls or like tunnels and shit like that. But I think now as like I've gotten older, I've been doing it longer, I really like piecing up, like still illegally, but in the daytime. Like I'll just pull up with my coffee and now people aren't really questioning it because I'm doing it broad daylight,
That actually works?
It hella works. They see this girl, right? I got my iced latte. I just pull out all these colors. You don't dress like this. And I usually go with like homeboys or other girls too, but it's definitely more chill than if it's like dudes all up at a wall daytime, if there's at least a girl there. My favorite spots are just like, daytime spots that I can flex on and piece up and just be chill and comfortable. I'm not really running from the cops. They kind of stop by sometimes. A lot of gang members will hit you up and try to press the issue, but mainly it's chill. It's more chill than like at night when it's obviously wrong. Like you're clearly not supposed to be on the side of the freeway at 3 a.m.,
What was the transition into tattooing like?
I've always liked tats. I got them when I was younger. I think all like great tattoo artists have like shitty house tats or like stuff they've done on themselves. I worked at 7th Letter in 2015. Shout out to Casey. That's where I met Norm because he had his shop on Fairfax, Will Rise. And then from there, I already knew who he was through graph, obviously, and then tattooing and everything. So in 2017, I finally got some courage. I tried to like buy a tattoo machine from him, but ended up with an apprenticeship, so fucking worked out, Tattooing is definitely a lot more of a challenge for me right now. I'm still very new in it. It's very physical, Like I do a lot of big stomach rockers. I'll do shoulder to shoulder pieces on like big dudes or whatever. And I gotta like stretch out their skin, with my like little ass body. Yeah, there's a lot going into it, and then, it's forever. So if you fuck up, that's that. Sometimes you pray your graph gets buffed, like, oh my God, that was just fucking like, oh, this doesn't represent me at all. Yeah, when you see a bad tat, it's fucked. You just feel fucked up. But a lot of the times the client ends up liking it and you're your own worst critic. So if not for graffiti, I wouldn't have tattooing. I wouldn't have gotten my apprenticeship. I would have just been some chick trying to tat. But because I have like a lettering background, my pieces and everything have actually gotten a lot better since I started tattooing, because I think my focus is 100% on art every day. So it's always just, zoned in. Like I've done my throwy on people, I've done Norm's throwy on people, I've done like a throwy on a LA river that someone had already tatted, so I like You know, it's still like getting up. I think it can be done well. I have like a flare tag tattoo, you know, those can be done well sometimes. They could be done bad though. So I've always loved like lettering. That's my main thing, which is why I use it in, that's what I do in tattooing now. I always liked like even like cholo shit or like hand styles, you know, that come from like neighborhood tagging, you know, elevating that. And then graffiti is more like, you know, bending letter structures and there's colors involved and it's more artistic. It's not just like, you know, where you're from or, I think a lot of it is like, I don't know, there's like peace and symmetry sometimes and then finding ways to distort it but still making it balanced. And then with lettering, it's like, you know, you still have to make it look like a letter. It can't just be, you know, whatever the fuck you want, like it has to be legible, you know, so there's like rules to it, but it's still really free and there's a lot of different styles you can do with that. So I'm pretty on about, as far as tattooing and graffiti and my brand or whatever, I don't use my likeliness to get ahead. I don't use being a woman to get ahead. I don't take selfies in front of my pieces. I don't do photo shoots for fucking anything. Even me coming out for this was kind of weird, but obviously I knew I could, you know, put on this little outfit and it would be chill. And I seen my homie Sita was here, so I was like, all right, it's good. The homie came through. I got a crazy story painting with him one time. I mean, if you want to hear it, it's nasty, but it was chill. So I found this spot in, I don't know where the fuck I was. Whenever I go look for spots by myself, I dress up like a homeless person. I like do my hair crazy. I take off all my jewelry. I only have like a plastic bag and 2 cans. Like I'm looking fucking wild. You know, homeless people are like, oh, are you looking for someone? Are you homeless? I'm like, nah, it's good. Anyway, so I found this spot. I was like, yo, Sita, let's hit the spot. He was like, all right, let's go. Where's it at? We pull up. He's like, first off, this is crazy that you even found this shit. Cause what the fuck? Like, why are you here by yourself? But it's pretty much a homeless encampment and it's next to like a train track, but in between like an apartment. So there's like this dirt or brick wall that is just fucking running. Like some old graph is on there. We're painting it, whatever, just chilling, you know, the homeless people, you say what's up, they're chill. So Sita, right, needs to get a step up and he finds this bucket and he's like, all right, I'm gonna step on this bucket. He flips it over, get high or whatever. And then I'm like painting, I'm like, bro, it like smells like shit. Like it smells bad here, you know, like what's going on? And then yeah, Sita goes to move the bucket and a bunch of shit falls out the fucking bucket. And it's straight up bum shit. This was someone's toilet. Like, it wasn't on his hand. He used a stick. I got footage.
Not that bucket of shit.
Oh, God.
Now you're just playing with it.
And we just start gagging. We're running away. We're like freaking out. And what's crazy is like one of the homeless dudes, he comes over and we tell him what happened. He was like he was shook. He was like, oh my God. He's like, do y'all want some hand sanitizer? I was like, yes, please. So he goes to like the homie's tent. The homie's lady comes out. They have hella electronics and shit, but they got like the homeless people were like so offended that we had to come across their shit bucket that they got us the hand sanitizer. So, you know, homeless people aren't always that bad. I know they get a bad rep, but sometimes they're cool. I've been to jail once for graffiti, caught by maybe like civilians or like definitely my mom, you know, but family knows what's up, mom knows what's up, everyone knows I did graph, the kids know we paint, the kids, they'll be like, oh, they recognize our tags and shit. Like in our family, you know, we're just who we are in front of the kids. Obviously, you're not gonna tell them everything. You want them to have a childhood, you know, but we keep it real. We're just like, you know, and as a girl too, like, yeah, I paint and I do art and this and that, but I'm also making a business off of it. You know, like it's not just like your cute little art thing. At some point it changes and it becomes a career, you know? So telling my mom and my family I painted, that happened a long time ago. Maybe for a while they worried, but now they're like, oh, you're doing good. Oh, you get to do your graffiti, you know, tat on people or whatever. So yeah, they respect it now. Yeah, so I am moving in more of a professional direction. You know, I've established my business. I'm trying to do things legally, you know, pay my taxes, all that great shit. I'd like to work more on like canvases and more fine art stuff as well, because I see a lot of my crewmates from K2S. That's what they focus on, you know, like my OGs, and they're killing it in the art scene. And like, I think that's what you should do with graph. You know, you're gonna paint or whatever, but eventually you want to turn it into something. You know, give back all that time you put into it, you know? So for me, that's through tattooing and some fine art, hopefully move in that direction. I say this all the time, graffiti is not a safe space. We're not gonna be PC. It's very rough, you know? You gotta be ready to handle that. I'm not saying that people who overstep lines or whatever are pardoned or whatever, but you know, you're dealing with criminals and thieves and people that would steal from their moms. Like, what the fuck did you expect, you know? Like, you can't come in here and think it's gonna be like super cute all the time.
What's your advice to all the young writers out there?
I don't know, have fun, be smart, fucking don't be toy, learn something. I don't know, try not to go over shit if you can't burn it. You know, these are like old rules. Some people don't like it. I've been painting since before Instagram, so I don't know. The older rules I still apply, you know? Yeah, just don't be a fucking toy.